Hello viewers, I've got JKiller as my opponent again. We've been having some very good matches, very excited to have JKiller joining Lichess. Yeah, so we're going to play some 3+2. JKiller's been playing a fair bit. Been taking on the big boy regulars. Let's just give him a bit of time. I think he stepped away just for a moment while I was setting up the stream. Okay. So, yeah, JKiller has been playing the game longer than myself, and he has stood the test of time, has always been able to adapt to new challenges. He's very modest there, saying, I'm still trying to understand this game. He understands it very well. How to value king, safety, material, activity. Yeah, I'm not believing that for a second. Okay, we've played this a few times already, this line, and I think he's found a good way to play against it. Knight at f5, castles, takes, knight at d5, and I'm not sure I've come up with a good response to that just yet. Yeah, let's go queen g5. I've been burning the clock a lot against him, and I need to stop doing that. So yeah, let's see where this one goes. Yeah, castles is good here. I'm looking at knight at h3, knight at f4, perhaps. Because d3 is gonna hit me. Let's give this a go. Or maybe I've got d3 here. Yeah, let's go for that. Alright. There we go, this is new. So d3, just trying to lock in this bishop, but also opening up this. So this is a possibility, and takes here, takes pawn at g2 here, knight at f3 would mate, so takes, queen f3. Probably holding that one. I think he should take my knight. I think he's got to bite the bullet and have no fear. Because I don't have a real continuation after this queen f3 move. Maybe I got to go knight at e5, queen g3. Yeah, see, I expect nothing less of him. Unless I have an alternative here. DC kind of allows everything free, but I need a pawn to place here. If I take this one, takes pawn e2, queen here. Not really getting much. Alright, I gotta take something, so got queen g3 here. The knight defends f7 if that's any small consolation. Because if he goes here like I expected, there's knight at h6 check, but I'm at least holding on. Oh, he's gone that way. I expected him to take here. Is she down? Oh. Bella's just gone to bed. Queen at f3. Yeah, I like queen at f3. And then I'm going to try to pick this one off. I felt that if he took the other way, it was harder for me to make some ground. But maybe he was concerned about pawn at f2. Right here I think I can take this. So let's just make sure I'm not getting mated. So the knight at h6 doesn't work because modern mate's covered. If knight f6 check here. No, I'm covered. I should just take this. Okay, absolutely. Drinking spice rum again. No, this is just regular rum tonight. I'm just trying a local brand. But yes, I'm taking a bit of a... Yeah, it's not mango juice, Kyle. It's a little bit stronger than that. You and me and your best friend, Legion Destroyer 23. No, this is not Crazy House World Championship. This is just... well, JKiller's not playing in it. I think he's basically joined Lee Chess too late to even join. Yeah, I'm the current... I'm the defending champion for the world title, so I don't need to play until the final. So basically there'll be a knockout thing. Okay, knight at h4. I've got to take this to try to get knight at f3. Okay. I like queen at e1, and then I'm going to follow with knight takes h3 potentially. Maybe I should have just gone straight here. Yeah, kind of gave him a tempo there. Alright, we'll take this one instead then. Okay, rook at h2, the mate threat. Okay, rook at d1. Grab a knight. He's fighting to the death here. I've got to look out for my king. We'll just get safe. I probably missed a kill shot somewhere there. Okay. Yeah, alright. Need to defend f7. Okay, have I got a dangerous check here? Take this first. Okay, we should have this. Chase him all the way to the corner. Alright, I didn't like how I finished that one, but we got there in the end. Okay. Alright. We've gone down this line. I haven't quite figured out what's best to do against this, but I'll give this a go. What is my juice this evening? It's just regular rum. Adimare says, unrelated to ZH, is it just me or is JannLee looking significantly slimmer? No, that can't be the case. I've been putting on weight recently, so it's a nice compliment, but I'm not going to take that. The scales don't lie. I did say rum, but it's just one shot glass. That'll do me. Not going overboard here. And we're keeping it PG, so it's just more for the flavor. I'm not big on getting drunk or getting loose, and I don't think that's a responsible thing to be doing on a channel. It's just Friday night and end of another long week. No, this one's not Captain Morgan. It's actually called Portobello, but it's you wouldn't know it. It's a local brand, and I'm just giving it a go. Okay, let's get to the crazy house. Knight of d4, hitting here. Anticipating that if white castles, there'll be pawn at f3. Okay. So what do I want here? If queen at d1, he just goes pawn at f3. Maybe queen at d3? Yeah. Let's put this on here. Pawn at f3, we can take it and shuffle the king over. But I just need to defend this and, pin this knight. So at least I'm making some threats with pawn at c3. So white's up a pawn here, but black has a little bit of initiative in that he's got a couple pieces forward in my half. Okay, pawn at g5. Trying to remove my good defender here. What if I just get his? And he's got knight at b4. Okay. That's what he's trying to do. Do I need to do something more direct, perhaps? Like pawn at e7. Yeah, let's not think about that too much. Let's go. Pawn at e7. My idea is to undermine this bishop somehow. make this available. He just sidesteps. What about knight at b5 here? This, not really sure if that goes anywhere. Maybe it's a move like knight e2, knight g2 here. Yeah, that looks cool. It's not intuitive, but looks interesting. He's got bishop g4. I have to go to d2. Just feels so counterintuitive playing a move like this. But he doesn't have knight f3 check. If he goes here, I can take this on. He can recapture the... Yeah, bishop g4 looks like it makes sense. Just, it's not entirely clear. Because if knight d4, he can just capture here. Alright, he's actually defended. So I'll try to undermine this, try to support this pawn. Capture is on. Then knight f6 takes. Okay, this is sharp. You can get these wrong very easily. Alright, we'll do it. If he takes the queen, I have to take with the bishop. I think c takes is getting mated. Alright, here he's got to take with the king. Okay. Defending gallantly. Alright, he's playing good here. With clock's an issue. Okay, so I'm losing the bishop. Knight would come in. He's not afraid of me though. No, he's got the upper hand now. Alright, we'll fight. Oh, that's gonna be deadly. This is game over. Pawn at d2 just wins. He was too strong there in the breakdown. Okay, e5 got me into problems. We'll try to do something different here. d5. Okay, so I've gambited a pawn, but looking for compensation. Decent development. What here? Bishop at b3. F5 looks like a decent square. So I'm a pawn down here. Not really with sufficient compensation yet, but active pieces. Okay, he's going to press now. d5. Can I play knight f2 and play speculatively? Alright, let's give this a go. Alright. Pawn at g4. Is there anything with queen f3? Can we be crazy? I had a really sweet mate against JKiller the other day, but would love to show that one, but not at this time. Pawn at g4 just makes sense. But knight h4. I just don't quite have enough here. I'm expecting knight h4. Or maybe he'll take this. If that works, he'll play it. But he's got to look out for captures here. Right, knight d2. Wasn't expecting that one. Was expecting knight h4. Okay, threatening bishop at d3. Although that doesn't really do anything. He just runs to f2. I need another knight. That's what I need. I need that knight for g1. This is one of those, bishop at d3 is one of those moves that looks scary but doesn't actually do anything. Pawn at f4 is a good move. He's defending well here. Alright, gotta back off. I got initiative, but he's a piece up and he's very capable of defending this. Knight at g3 makes sense. King f2. Trying to make something here, but I don't like my chances in this position. I've got to look out for bishop at g5 check. d6 is rolling in now though. Oh dear. Okay. I don't really have a move here. I need a bit of material. Oh, now he's got knight f5. That's just helping him out, isn't it? It's just grinding me. Okay, the clock offers a bit of pressure, but he's equipped to handle it. We'll go this way. Oh, this is open now. Oh dear. Yeah, he just takes the rook. That's over. Okay, JKiller up 2-1. So we played this one a few times. I've done something like try to castle queenside. That seems to have worked out okay. Okay, knight at f3 is coming, but okay, pawn g2. I just figure if I can get everything behind this massive wall of pawns here, then white's set up to be pretty safe. Then I'll have some material to start attacking here. g2. Yeah, I'll just go rook c1 here. I'll relinquish pawn, but I want to start generating some of my own attack. My king's very safe on this side now. Let's see. If I play pawn at f5, he just plays pawn at f7. Maybe rook at g3. And I need to attack this bishop somehow. Make knight at e6 a threat. But then rook at g3 also looks at g7. So that looks like it makes sense. But maybe bishop d7 here. Or bishop c8. No, he's going to grab this one. Alright, well I'm going to get knight at e6. So I'm down a ton of material, but well, maybe that's an overstatement. I'm down a queen for a piece. A queen? No, I've lost the rook as well. But yeah, I have some initiative now and a very safe king. So we've got to try to force the issue here. Knight at g5 is a good move. Now, is just defending this too slow, or is that actually quite reasonable? Like I'm thinking like pawn at d5. Alright, we'll go pawn at d5. I'm just going to play pawn at f4. Just go slow. Because it's not easy for him to penetrate this side. But this is JKiller, so he has a creative and very brutal way of attacking sometimes. So material-wise, I'm actually down a cold rook, but the thing is I've got a weakness to hit and I've got pieces in hand. So positionally, like, you know, there's a rook here, there's a rook here. They're not exactly active. Okay, what is this? Alright, I'm gonna take that. Is he gonna... What's his idea here? He's got some take, and he's got some idea where he defends f7 with the rook. I'm just going to give the queen back here. He was planning something like bishop at c1, like takes, and then maybe getting pawn at d3. And I'm just going to try to remain rock solid here. Now, threatening a little something, taking the rook more than anything else. So can I make something work with pawn at f7 and bishop f6? That's the question. Okay, let's go. I could just hold on to safety here, but let's go for this. Rook at e8 is the big threat. Because if I go here, pawn at c2, I can just take it, and his attack fizzles out. Okay, he's got rid of the bishop. We'll take with the pawn. Keep the back rank covered. Okay. And okay, he's trying to attack me now. So knight at d7. No, but let's go bishop at a4. It supports rook at e8. Okay, now maybe knight at d7. I want to make rook at e8 viable. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have gone this way. He's got a lot of material to hit me with now. Bit loose. Okay, I've got to defend here. Pawn at a3 is where he could come in. Yeah, he ran out of time, but I was feeling good in the final position after bishop at a3. Okay, 2 each. Alright, I'm going to give him a take back. He didn't mean that. He wanted knight c3. So yeah, there's some mutual respect here. We're very competitive, but we can also tell when there's an obvious mouse slip, and you're not going to play knight takes e4 and continue the game like that. We're here to play good matches. Yeah, bishop or pawn, or queen even. Normally you're just happy with pawn. Okay, this position can open up in all sorts of ugly ways. Yeah, I'll stake a claim on light squares. We'll go slowly. If I castle, white can play h3, knight f6, pawn h6, takes. I just don't like the look of it. Here, if he plays h6, at least, yeah, I'm not castled yet. If he wants to play pawn h6, I can always go to rook g8. He commits pawn e5, bring the knight back to d7. We can hang here for a little while. But yeah, also pawn at f5 is so that if you trade off a knight, there's none of this regular knight at h5 idea. You can play rook g8. And it also stops knight e4. So this is just a very slow move, but with a few a few nice purposes. Here though, I think maybe I should castle. h3 is a possibility. I think knight f6. Pawn h6. I'll just play pawn g7, and if he wants to sack his bishop, I'll get a bishop for a pawn, and he'll get some pressure on the dark squares. I may have to give the piece back, but I'll accept that, because now with the pawn here, pawn at e4 could also become an option. Right, he's going to do this one. Just back off. This knight just covers g7 as well. Okay, he doesn't want to take me. Can I do something tricky here? d4, takes, pawn f6. What if he takes with the queen? Pawn f6, queen e3. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. And also pawn f5 here. I feel quite secure with the king there. Maybe he plays pawn at c7, queen d7, knight at b8. And then takes here, takes, knight c7. Wow, that's a crazy way to play. Yeah, that looks like fun. I might do that if he tries pawn at c7. No, he's gone for this one. Okay, we'll capture that way. I don't want him to grab knight takes e7, so... Alright, material's balanced. Okay. What to do from here? Pawn at e4 worth anything, he just dodges that. Pawn at e5. Pawn at g5. Like, I'm happy with what I've got out of the opening with black here, but then I want to actually do something with it. Maybe I want to knock him off this diagonal first and play here. But he's also got knight at d5, bishop e6. Alright, we'll do that way. Just knock this one back somewhere and then consider playing g4. Okay, he's not even respecting that. Okay. The problem is my e7 square is weak. Alright, knight at d6. Don't really like this move. Okay, but now my rooks are connected again. The knight d5. He's getting in. This is annoying. That's really annoying. Oh man. Probably made it here. Okay, not made it yet. I was looking at bishop at f3, but too risky. Let's go now. Got something on the back rank? I don't think so. I got this covered, I got this covered. Yeah, I didn't deserve to win that game. I just hustled in the time scramble. Okay. Tough games. I want to just do something different. Let's go an early d4. Nothing wrong with this. Yeah, JKiller just sounds close to... His real name is Jeremy Keller, so Kyle Legend has his name right. It just... JKiller has been his nickname since forever. I don't know why he's suddenly JK the Bullfrog. I think JKiller has a bit of ring to it. Yeah, Penguin lost 4-6. I got to catch the last 5 games on my stream. So I had a post for the match would be called Swing CWC Training 2018 Swing vs JannLee. I haven't posted it to YouTube yet, but you'd be able to see it on the video on demand on the Twitch channel. I was commentating the last of the matches, and Amidal, he played really well. I mean, Penguin put in some good shots too, but Amidal just had the upper hand, I think. Alright, so JKiller's gone for the 2 pawns for the piece. Let's just threaten f6 again. Kind of threatening queen takes d5, knight at f6 here. Okay, he's actually respecting this one. What's a natural looking move here? I think bishop d4. If black's all the way back, then you've got a pawn and a knight to show for it up here. So I wanna use my pieces actively. Maybe there's some kind of queen e2 where knight at d6 becomes a mate threat. But then you can play e6 or e5 if I do that. What if like I do... No, I can't play bishop f6. Maybe it's knight at f5. Yeah. Or otherwise castles. Interesting position. I really want to squeeze him hard. Okay, let's go knight at f5. And then I'll castle queen side, I think. Queen e2, e6. So he's gonna get e6, but I need to put myself in a position where I can take this. Like e6 takes, and then grabs the knight. Am I in trouble if I castle? What does castling achieve? Is it maybe something like bishop e2 or bishop d3? Yeah, alright. Bishop d3, we'll just develop. He's gonna go e6 or e5. Ah, d6. Okay. Well then I've defended this at least. I haven't been able to kill him. Okay, we'll go this way maybe. Now I'm down to 14 seconds. I spent way too long looking for something that wasn't there. He's getting his pawns active. Bishop at b4. No, not happy with how I've played the opening here. I thought I had something more. I just got to go back to hustling. Bishop c5. He could be looking at... He's got to get active somehow. Alright, that way. Just losing material. Okay, letting me in here. Yeah, I can't play knight takes f6 though, because he can take knight at h3. He's going to mate me. I have to play bishop takes f6. A lot less effective. Everything alright? Like, what kind of... Alright. Nasty move. You can just take this. Ran out of time. Did he have something? Yeah, maybe. What was he doing? Knight at e2? I thought maybe I could have taken the queen, but I was too slow. I liked the opening there, and then I don't know if bishop d3 was right. Maybe I had to back up the queen. Maybe it was castles long. Not sure. Let's throw in a g6. What's he thinking about? Okay, bishop c4. Is he gonna sack? That is a move. I have a feeling. No, he didn't go for it. Okay, we just develop. this is alright so far. Got to work out the path of progress. Could be queen d7. Okay, he's gonna hit me first. Bishop h5 or capture? Captures. And e5. Yeah. Yeah, right. We'll play actively. Let's go. Rook takes d4. Okay. I'm gonna decline this one. Oh. Trying to get this with tempo, and then the knight will cover h6 as well. Maybe the queen gets to come out at some stage. Material balanced, but I've been able to move my pieces to the king's side. I can take that one. I got knight at f3. I think that's an oversight. That should be a clear edge for black. I didn't need to be asked twice to take on h4 there. I'm at least winning material, so now I won a piece, and now I've got an attack going. It can't be good for white. Pawn at f3. Yeah. You can play bishop f1. Yeah, takes, queen at f3, king f1, knight takes e3, check. That's going to be good enough to win. Yeah, okay. I'll probably get what I mentioned. Okay, Smash says, John, in case you're curious, last game your instincts were right. Opening is much better for white. Key move is queen e2 instead of bishop d3. And black has big pin problems along the e file. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was thinking queen e2, but didn't play it. Alright. Oh, I'm just going to play into a standard e4, e5. Okay, but he's not letting me have it. d3 or knight c3, what's the go here? I get tempo. No, I think I'll leave the knight here. It's looking at f6. If bishop at h5, I might play pawn at h6. So we'll see if he kicks me with something like f5, or no, he retreats the queen. Okay, if I play pawn at b5, knight d4 is fine because he's got pawn at e2. Queen d8. like not what I expect from JKiller, but it's a decent idea. Okay, maybe I'll just go pawn h6 anyway. I know this is kind of inviting trouble because my king's already castled. It's like, why open up the rook file? But if he wants to go here, I'll take, bishop h6, rook g6. I don't know if knight at g7. The plan, he'd have to probably go to d7. And my bishop and knight are hanging. Alright. He's got a passive bishop on f8. How do we grind here? Okay, let's take. Put the pawn on h6 again. This bishop can come here. No, he doesn't want to go that way. The knight e5, pawn g7, I don't think is that fantastic. Alright, oh, we'll have a go. Queen h5 is my move. Bishop takes. I can't take the knight because of knight at f3, so if takes, I want to take here and play bishop h6. So yeah, he can't. Well, can he play pawn h3? Then takes, knight e2 here, takes, pawn here, king f3, knight d4 check, king e3. And I'd take all that risk because knight at f6 or knight f6 is a mate threat after queen e5. So I'm looking at bishop takes here, bishop h6, rook takes, king here. Can I have something if I take the rook and allow him to get my queen? I'd probably just play king h1. Or is it bishop at g3 that's correct here? And pawn at h3. I'll go with my original move. So if takes, knight at f4, king g1, takes. Oh, or has he just got pawn at h3? I shouldn't take that. Okay, now can I take this? We'll go for it. He's got tricks. That is a good trick. I have to take this. Now, do I have mate if he tries to grab my queen? Rook at g8. He'll only have a queen in hand. So he has to either block or move king d7. This is sharp. Yeah, if knight f3, king g3, he can't just check me here. I get his knight. Okay, he's going this way. Ah, that gives him bishop h4. I can go here though, because pawn at h2, I can take it. And now rook at g8. This is where every move matters. King d8, that gets him safe. Well, queen at g8 is still a problem. Yeah, bishop takes d8 can't be right because knight at f6 looks too good. He's got to take with the king. Then queen at g8. If rook at f8, can't take it because of knight f3 check. Damn. I can't defend adequately at home. This sucks. Can I pull a miracle out with rook takes d6? I don't think so. But we'll try. Try to pull the rabbit out of the hat. Knight at b8. Ooh. I've blown it. I had knight at f6. That was better. Alright. No. I had him, maybe. I'll resign here. Let's have a look there. I mean, he shouldn't have walked into it, but knight at f6. Takes. King up. It's not easy. Knight d5 here. Rook here. Takes, point. It's definitely knight at f6 is definitely better than knight at c7, but I nearly pulled a bit of magic there. Didn't quite work. Okay, d6 again. It served me well. Yeah, if bishop at d8 after king e7, then what if he just takes it? I don't know. Knight at f6 was definitely a much better try. That would have been pretty exciting if I could have pulled that off. But I don't think he defended accurately. I don't know if he had to play rook takes b8, and before that he may not have had to play king d7. So he gave me a bit of opportunity there. I also don't know if I could have done better at the point where I played rook at g8 check. Okay. Oh, he's just gonna settle. Can I just retreat this? Just gonna retreat. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. I see what you're saying now, Upper. Maybe I'll just let him stew here. Oh, then he gets bishop at b7. Right. What if I just castle? Take this one, take this one, take this one. Bishop at b7. I'll have what? knights and pawns in hand. I'll take f5. Bishop at b7, then I'll castle. I could take this knight, but I feel like it just helps him more than it helps me. Kind of want to limit the trades just a little bit. Material's more or less balanced, but I don't really have a nice way in. Okay, he has a pawn in hand already. What's the difference going to be if he has another? Let's just play pawn at f4. We'll cut off. It's more of a defensive move than an aggressive move. Got balanced material with bishop d3. Then what? Queen h5. Pawn at g4. Alright, he's gone pawn at g4. Maybe we should take it. No, he's got knight e5. Knight at h3. Takes. Alright, let's look at this. Takes. Knight at e5. Knight at h3. Check. If king here. I take f2. Bishop takes. Pawn here. King back. Takes the queen. No mate on me. It's a bit different if he takes with the knight though. Alright, what if king h1, knight f2 takes, knight at g3, I can grab this guy. It looks promising enough. He might just avoid the whole thing with pawn at h3. Alright, no, we're going into the fire. If king h2, pawn at g3, king h1, we take here. Alright, because if I can remove this bishop, then I can take this knight. Unless there's something better. Pawn h2, queen h4. Or should I take with the queen? No, we should take with the knight. Okay, we get to play a check here, but I think I should just take this. There might be some value in leaving the king on h2. Yeah, let's do that first. Maybe I can even do something sneaky like pawn at g3 and take here. Knight at h6 check takes. Doesn't go anywhere. So king here, pawn g3, king back, takes, rook at h2, king across, pawn f2. Looks devastating. King f1, rook h1 mates, so he has to take here. I win the queen with check. Yeah, I think it's better playing for the initiative here. That's why I think he's seriously thinking king h1, but then I'll take here, because then knight at g3 is a threat. But if he takes here, pawn at g3 is really dangerous. Okay. Let's see who sees deeper. So while he has no rook in hand, knight at h6 isn't anything. Knight at f6, like there's no continuation of checks. So it takes rook h2 here, pawn f2. Okay. So do I have enough to mate? And if I don't have enough to mate, I can always take here. My rook's going to be covering my king side. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how I've attacked this one, you know, looking at this knight takes e5, knight at h3 idea. It's all very sharp, you know, fighting for everything here. Now, bishop at g3, bishop h4 maybe. Yeah. King e2, I have bishop at f1. I just need to try to seal him off d3. d3 is the critical square here. If king f3, I can play queen at f2, king e4. But yeah, gotta make sure this thing still works, because knight at h6 might be a problem. Queen at g7. Yeah, gotta take some care. At worst, I can always play bishop at h5. Okay, he's gonna make me work for it. I don't see the mate, so if his king went to e4, yeah, I'm just taking the stuff and making sure I'm safe here. This bishop covers f7. Go here first. Knight at f6 is queen at e2. So I don't know, maybe not the most elegant finish, but taking it down. Practical play, short on time. Alright, e4, e5. We'll throw in queen h5. I feel like a game just played there, like every tempo counted the whole way. And then there's a point where you kind of got to be realistic and switch from, okay, do I have force mate, to, all right, what's a pretty sure, safe way of moving well and just not losing on time. Okay, bishop e3. And bishop g4. Can I play f3? Is there some kind of knight takes e4? No, we'll go f3. Queen d2 castles is where I want to go. But I wouldn't put it past JKiller to try to make something like knight takes e4 work. Yeah, bishop e6. Gotta make sure nothing breaks open on my dark squares, like some kind of bishop at f4 trick. Even bishop at h6 could be annoying. We'll play queen d2. I want to play knight g2 on my terms after the king's castled. I just don't want something to break out on the king's side where I've got this f2 weakness, and I can't see it all, but I can just feel it. Okay, I have castles here. Right, he's got some tricks with takes, bishop at f4, but then I'd get two pieces for the queen, get king b1 in. Maybe he can take c2, but then I'd take here. Okay, bishop a5. King b1, we're just going to avoid the knight at e2 tricks. I could take here, but then he'd get bishop at e5, and then c3 is under some pressure. Okay. The pawn at d4 coming. I could play bishop at a4 here. Capture this way. if that's worth anything. Can't I play knight at d5? Let's play knight at d5. Because if no, he's gonna not allow that. Move order, okay. Pawn at d4. Yeah. Not sure I'm too bothered by this one. I'm a pawn up and still feeling reasonably safe. Opa Kekowski, thank you for following. Bishop at e5, queen d2. He can't play knight at a4 because I've got this. Alright, so he could go for knight f2. Anything here? Queen d2, I think. If knight at f2, we play knight e2. We'll have to concede a rook for a piece, but that's okay. Black's still a little bit backwards in development here. So knight at e3. Right, well, we'll go knight 8. No, okay, he's looking for this one. That's okay. Bishop at b5 covers that one. We'll just cover the rook. Whoa! Okay, bishop at a4 check. I gotta cover c2, because that's his plan there. Okay, if queen takes e4, I may as well put another bishop here. Alright, you're gonna grab me. Queen d3 or queen d5? Queen d5. Threaten bishop takes c6. Threaten the knight. Knight e5, knight at f5. Okay. Sneaky. He's dangerous. I don't want to give that rook away. I'm going to give the queen. And then I'm going to try to defend. But I still got aggression here. I got a ton of pieces. If I can consolidate here, I'll be better. What's he going to do? Queen e4 check, bishop at c2. Like this is a problem. Queen g2. If knight at f4, he can take the rook. Alright. Let's play the rook to c1. And if pawn at d2, I've got rook across. Queen e1, knight at b3. Pulling out all the stops here. Looking at rook takes d2 now. Importantly, this is covering. Alright. Yeah, we'll play rook takes d2. Okay, my turn to attack. Knight at d5, knight at a6. Yeah, that's a good quality game there. Alright. I'm pulling ahead just slightly, e4. Right. Let's throw in a knight c6. Knight e4 or knight d5? Knight e4. So the thing with openings is, a bit like myself, even if it's an opening he doesn't know, JKiller's just going to play on principle and he'll be able to guide himself just fine. So you can even see here, he's happy to spend a bit of time thinking what he wants to do on move 3. We're both out of book, but this would not be uncommon. Yeah, even here I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna go for take 2 pawns for the piece. Hang on a sec, guys. I'll be back. I've got a crying child in the background. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, rookie 1. So like, yeah, my development is not, yeah, not the best. I can do one or two. I can end up trying to develop too fast and cause myself problems. My dark squares are where I have to be careful. Maybe it's either d6 or d5, I think. Let's go with d5. So pawn h6, you can't take it because of knight at f6 mate. But here I might just try to play pawn at e5. I need to leave these guys back here just for a little bit to stay solid at the back. I need to put some pawns on the board to you know, get rid of these things. Knight g5 is an issue. If you make any weaknesses here, you can get exploited pretty quickly. Okay, bishop c4. So I can play e6, or I can put a pawn on e6. I'm gonna put a pawn on e6 because I don't want to be pinned. Which just looks ugly as because of this, but I think it's necessary. And we may be able to progress slower in the future. Okay, knight c3, just developing a piece. So knight b5 is coming as well. Queen b6 check, bishop e3, no. Too early for that. Got pawn at d5 too. Okay. Let's go knight a5, just disrupt this bishop. Okay, I might use the bishop here. Oh, and he gets knight at e5. Alright, fine. He makes me use another pawn where I don't want to put it. e5. b4 I've got queen b6 check, but c7 is hanging. Okay, he's going for it now. Let's see if he sacks. No, he's gone that way. Right, he's got no more knight in hand, so bishop e3, this is on. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, we've got a game here. But he can trap my queen. I gotta threaten this. So yeah, I've blocked up the middle. So we can fight on the queen side. If he takes this, maybe I can even just take it with the king. h6 is covered sufficiently. Knight at g4 check, now playable. What's he doing? Alright, that's your trick. Okay, we'll play knight at g4. This could end badly here. I'm gonna run the king this way. Oh dear. I've left mate hanging, I think. Yeah. Bishop f5 seals the deal. Alright, bishop at c1. That was nice. I didn't need to play into that. I had knight at g4 check and knight takes h6. So I felt I spent my time where I needed to, really putting up that great wall, and then I didn't play the critical moves. But that's what it's like against JKiller. Says T Dunlap 1310 says, damn man, your games are like 2 minutes 55 of defending and then pulling out some ridiculous mate in 5 seconds. Yeah, sometimes. I couldn't pull it off that game though. Alright, we've been down this path. Maybe I'll just play d4 here. No? Castles? I've played knight at e2 and then things get a bit ugly. Okay, we'll challenge f4 like we normally do. d4, bishop g4, knight at d2. I just don't have anything to play for. I'll stick with the idea. What if h4 here? Bishop g4 takes the knight. Takes here, threatens mate. But I can pick up f4. Alright, let's see where this goes. I think I'm heading into a bit of trouble here. But bishop g4 looks really interesting. No. Okay, I'll take with the knight, because if I take with the rook, then he can sack the queen and then play rook at h1. So pawn at e3, but then I grab this. Okay. Just try to hold on to all the material. I don't want to take with the pawn, because then he can take this one and then get knight at g2 check. Okay, this was expected. Bishop f7, is that worth anything? King here, take. Nothing special. So I'd need this knight in hand. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe I should run out this way. Now let's take this. Okay, he's gonna go this way, right? So he's not letting me have a knight in hand. Still, I can run my king to d2. So what's the damage if I put a rook in his hand? Can he go bishop at d2? Has he got some checks here? Like, I'm just considering rook at g8. Alright. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. So I've got knight g6 as a mate threat here. So that helps me, you know, just run the king. Like knight at e3 check and knight d1 aren't worth anything because of knight g6. But the thing is, after he takes, yeah, and pawn f7, I don't know how effective that is. We'll see. He might come up with an accurate move here. Could be knight at e3, pawn c2 takes, rook at e1. Then I may have to preserve my pieces, because if I spend a bishop or something, then I'm not going to have enough firepower to counterattack. There's some tricks, knight g6 here, that he's also got to look out for. But yeah, if rook takes, pawn at f7 looks right. Okay. The knight g6, king takes, bishop at e6 here, queen at h8, or knight takes g6, h takes, and then queen at h7. That's the immediate mate threat. Rook at e1 wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, this is what I saw already. Because he probably wants me to use up the bishop, then he'd be able to... I don't think it would be mating anymore. Okay, so now he's got his threats lined up. Now, I don't have an effective counterpunch, do I? What is it? Queen f2? Oh boy. Maybe it's bishop h7. I think he can take the queen. Maybe he takes the rook. Okay, well, I've got to make a mate threat somehow. Bishop g6, maybe? Bishop g6. Queen at h7 a threat, but if he takes the bishop I get it with check. I get to remove a defender. He puts the rook on, I can take, I guess. No, I'd take this way. Then knight g6 would be a threat. He'd have to defend. Pawn at f7. Yeah, this is again. It's just tempo for tempo. I've got 4.5 seconds on the clock. Just gotta stay steady. What's he doing here? Has he got some tricks? All right, knight g6 is still a move for me. Really? Okay. I think he figures he can defend this. Probably right. Probably giving him the game by doing this. Playing on instinct here. I don't feel like I have enough. He's got to be careful. Okay, he's finding a way out. Ooh, 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 oh, how did I win that? That was something. I made a mating net out of nothing there. Wow, yeah. Even JKiller thinks that was something. I didn't have it at the end. I think after rook at f7 check, he has to play king d8, not king e8. But wow, pumped up after that one. That's like, oh yeah. Yeah, that's rocking it. I hope that's entertaining for the channel, because that stuff's why we play the game. Yep, just pure hustle there. Woo! Yeah, T Dunlap, fair enough. That's what you're talking about. Just 5 seconds on the clock and trying to make something out of nothing. Yeah, so I had to get a bit of help from JKiller there, but yep, he played very well in the middle game, and I had some problems. Okay, h4. He's going for an early h5 here. I think we'll just let him do his thing. Because d4 is going to be hanging. If he takes with a rook, bishop at g4 is a problem. So he's got to take with a queen. And then d4 is certainly hanging. Like, I can just play knight takes d4. I don't think this is all properly thought out. So d5 first. Okay, now it's probably a critical move here. Something is gonna count. We gotta cool down the excitement from the last game and keep a steady head. Bishop at g4 perhaps. Pawn f3, knight e5, takes. I like that one. I'm gonna play it. Good on you, Flourish. I truly cannot believe that, mate. Yeah, I couldn't believe it as well. Okay, so it's kind of funny because I saw the same mating idea, but through a different sequence. Where if I played Rook f8 check and he played King e7 first, I had Knight g6 check, King d7, Bishop at c8. But then the mating net just worked in the other move order as well, and it's just so rare because my pieces weren't coordinated in any way. I didn't really have some solid defenses. What I mean by solid defense, like some pieces that are already defended near his king. That's normally what you need to start an attack with. Yeah, so I'm a little bit giddy about that one. Queen of g4 is no good. We'll grab this knight. Or possibly play pawn at d3. I think just taking the knight is sensible though. Pawn at d3, so bishop at e1, pawn at d3 takes, knight takes d3. Just make him boil a little bit there. I might be able to grab this rook. Maybe there's something grabbing here. I'll play pawn at d3. Because after I take here, I feel like white can get safe, and he's basically got... Oh damn, he's got this one. It's alright. Yeah, I just kind of want to keep him on his toes for a little bit. Alright. Knight d3. Bishop at g4 is nice here. Or should I take d3 first? Should I take the knight? There's lots of options. Something going on with this knight. Yeah, we'll take this one first. If bishop here, I think I can take this one. And pawn at c2, that's all. Okay, he's gone this way. But bishop at g4. But once I get this rook, that's a good piece of white's. It becomes a really nice good piece for me as well. Pawn, if I take the knight first, where does that leave me? Knight at e1, pawn c2 gets me out of dodge. I think taking here just makes sense. Rook at f1 is a mate threat. Knight at e1, pawn at c2 would finish. I'm well up on material now. Alright, we got a fancy mate somewhere here. I'll just play the rook here. Knight at b4 he can defend with. But I guess I can just play pawn at c2 and then take this knight. And at some stage take this knight. Like he's got to play knight at b4. So then pawn at c2, or knight at e3 then. Pawn at c2. Grab this one. And both things are still pinned. Knight b4, I'll just rinse and repeat. Pawn c2. And he has to go back, and then I take this knight. And then if he takes here, knight at e3 check, knight at f2 mate. And also e2 is falling there. Okay, but defending. Alright, I just gotta move. Okay, pawn at c2 is a mate threat. I'm gonna do it by taking a queen. The threat is still here. Just picking off pieces now. Right, he'll get pawn at d7, but knight a3 and queen c2 is the mate threat. Okay. Flourish says, after king e8, did you see the whole mate, or were you still running? I thought king d8 was safe for him. So yeah, but after king e8, I thought pawn at d7. That's looking good for me all of a sudden. Yeah, it's just that sharp that king d8 and king e8 make a difference. E takes d5 is probably fine here. Alright. I'm going to take this way. I can't allow knight at c2. But knight at g2 I'm not too concerned about. I can run the king, and then the g file opens up in my favor. Yeah, I agree, Mugwort. He says, I love those ridiculous looking mates like 2 games ago. 29 rook at f8 check before knight g6 check to take the rook back with check. You don't see that kind of mate every day. I was definitely excited about that one. So yeah, I mean, here it's funny. I mean, it looks like black was kind of in control because he's, you know, making holes in white's king side. But I actually quite like it for white. King's very secure here. Yeah. Even this rook I'm not too fussed about. I want to have a whole host of pieces on the side and just let my king be secure over on this side. So he's not interested in that. Maybe like h4 here. Is that the sharp move? Takes knight at f5 check. Yeah, I'm not even going to think too much more about that. It just looks natural. I've got all my pieces in the right spot to declare, hey, it's time to sack and attack. So without even looking too much, knight at f5 has to bring the king out. The king can't go back. And I've got another knight to trade off here. King's very safe, so even rook g7, he might have to play king back here. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. straight in. Okay, as expected, king h8. What's sharp here? Knight at f5 looks reasonable, but that also looks like the obvious move. Pawn at h6, bishop at h6. Maybe bishop at h6. It covers g5. I feel that has some value. I could just be threatening rook f7 here, just takes. If pawn at e2, queen g1, maybe even queen g1 is not a bad idea. Yeah, knight at f5 to follow here, and then you'd be threatening some tricky stuff in the future. Okay, he's taken this one. Capturing it should be okay. I could go for the attack, but then I risk falling back on material. Pawn at g6 might be necessary for defense. So this is good defense from JKiller. But I might even just take that one and then play pawn at g7, and I'll look at getting this guy back. This knight's still under attack. Okay. Activate the queen. Okay, now rook takes here. If takes, pawn g7, takes. I was counting pieces wrongly. I just clearly have enough. Pawn at g7 looks pretty devastating. I'll take it with a rook. You can't recapture with check. Knight at f7 is now a mate threat. Yeah. Well, how do you want to win this one? You could take here. Yeah, it's so ugly. You just don't want to play this anymore as black. All right, I'm grilling JKiller the last couple there. Okay, Vampele. When you played knight f8 check, you were actually only a rook short of being able to mate him by force. Stockfish says that after at d1, rook takes d1, queen takes d1, knight takes d1, knight f8 is the mate in 10. Okay. Bishop at d1. Sorry, I mean that was a really interesting game, but I've kind of lost it. Alright, you're saying I can pretty much defend with bishop at d1 because rook takes d1, I can play queen takes d1. I think that's your point. Okay. Wow, okay, there's some depth there. I wasn't seeing that in 4 or 5 seconds. I was pretty happy and satisfied with what I came up with. I'll take that win, even if there was a better way to go about it. This is interesting. Okay, so he's got this weakness on g3, where I'm actually tempted to leave the knight hanging. What if knight h5 takes? That can't be good. I could retreat the knight, I could leave it. Okay. I just feel like playing knight h5 here for some reason. Alright, objectively it can't be good though, but then if I don't do that, am I just defending for the rest of the game? Alright, this looks like nuts. I want to make, well actually if he goes here maybe I can go knight c4, bishop d4. Probably overcomplicating things a bit. Knight c4, bishop d4, knight b2 takes the queen. Okay, he went straight back. But, okay. I can't just take this. This bishop's too good a defender. Gotta do something though. Alright, we'll go this way. This is a loose game. We've got a bit of coverage on h6, but it just feels like it's been a flurry of interesting moves. I'm now just down a piece for a pawn. Yeah, we'll knock the queen back. Okay, I've just got pawns now. And we're back to hardly any time and trying to make something out of nothing. Seems to be the theme of the day. Theme of the stream. Okay. I'm not looking forward to this knight opening up this bishop. I do want a knight for e5 myself though. I just have to work out how I can get it. So yeah, I'm down on material, but I'll try to make it happen. Yeah, I don't like that going here because now knight at e5 isn't viable anymore. The knight's still good on e5. Maybe c5 happens at some stage. Take this way. This diagonal is key. I have to control that. Yeah. He's going to try to disrupt it though. I can't let this open up for free. So knight at d4 just runs into rook takes. I prefer to hold on to the knight. I think it's more useful. On a good day, maybe I get knight f3, knight at h4, and then I attack for a knight or I trade one. And then, yeah, okay, here we go. Try to make an impact. The queen h1's not comfortable because then I can grab the knight. If queen e2, I play f3, I think. I don't know if pawn h2 comes first. I think f3, because then if he takes, I take the queen with check. So queen e2, f3, then threatens pawn h2. Alright, he's just avoided it. Alright, I've got the queen in hand. That's progress. You might have some dangerous checks. If knight e7, king h7, I should just avoid it. We'll go this way. Make a new queen. Wow. Okay, not seeing the board clearly. What am I missing? Alright, I had queen at e1, rook takes f1. Okay. I was on the back foot there for a long way and down on time. I don't know how I'm doing this, but yeah, it's probably a bit of training at this time control. There's a bit of resilience you got to try to build up, I suppose. Just keep pressing regardless of the situation. Okay. Here, bishop b5 or knight takes. I think knight takes first. Then reroute this bishop to c2, but black can open up with c4, d5 pretty quickly here. Even leave the bishop on a4 might not be so bad, because here the bishop's supporting the center. Alright, this pin's natural. h3. Looks right. I can castle, or I can try something like rook g1 and play for g4, g5. I'm going to do it. So if knight at g6, then I can take this one and play g4. Alright, it's just going to cover. Off we go, g4. So I'm well out of book here. Just playing on instinct. Want to open up the g file, put pressure here. The king's in no immediate danger, leaving it in the center because he hasn't broken with d5. Flourish says, yes, I feel like knight a5 in these positions is a bad idea if white has a retreat square like c2. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Because this knight looks worse than this bishop. Alright, here pawn at h6 is a play. It's looking at undermining this. Okay, he's just tried to be aggressive. Like, aside from this, what's he threatening? The pawn h6 here takes the rook, takes. Like, that's pretty crushing. Like, he can take this, but I just block it or avoid it. This check is too much. I'm just gonna ignore knight takes h3. Because I'm just threatening takes here, which is threatening rook at h8, and you'd have to play king takes, and rook at h8 or pawn at g7 is gonna mate in 2. So if takes takes, rook at g1, I can even just play king d2 or king e2. I think this is too much. Any difference between e2, king e2, knight at f4 check, I can just take it. So maybe king h7 is the best chance at defending, but you could even just take the rook here, I think. Queen at h8, yep. This is too tough to defend. Wow, on a streak, 5 wins in a row. I'm gonna stick with this. It's working well for me, but I don't think. Yeah, this knight h5 business I tried before. I'm not so sure that was sound. I had to wrestle very hard after that. Right, Flourish making the point that on move 24 the knight was still stuck on a5. Okay, I don't know if this is good. This is sacking a piece for a pawn. We've played through this one already. h3. So last time I had some crazy knight at h3 attack that worked out quite well for me. But I think he'll divert from that line. So it takes, and it was pawn at f4. So stopping pawn at h6. I took this one, and I was saying you can't play knight takes e5 because of knight at h3. So yeah, basically I've got 2 pawns for the piece, the big pawn chain, and now he's avoided the knight at h3 check. Where does this queen belong? e6, g6. I think it belongs on e6. It just defends this bishop from knight at d5. If he wants to play bishop d5, that's okay. We'll just bring the queen back here. Okay, so he's hitting c7. So maybe he's just gonna take this one. Well, that's a common idea. You just give the material back and then try to make some ground. Can I take this one? I mean, this is okay, but white just gets tempo. I feel white's better placed there. Okay guys, there you have it. What you guys might call typical JannLee queen sack. So material count is 2 pawns. No, sorry. It's just is that just a piece for a queen? That's not what I thought I was getting. Oh, can't count. F6 or F5? Maybe F5 here. Ooh, queen at F7. Might have to leave it. Okay, but I got a ton of pieces in the pocket. Alright. Knight at F6 maybe. Just good to cover G8. I don't want to take this and lose the rook. It's a real shame F5 doesn't work because of queen at F7. Otherwise I'm pretty happy. Okay, I'm gonna play bishop at G6. Not to recapture. I'm actually gonna go king H8. And then I still have an eye on F7, so yeah, here though I should play F5 or F6. I think F5. Queen at D7 is kind of annoying. Yeah, like he heard me. It's a tricky situation. I've got to make progress here without making trades. I actually just need to download a whole lot of pieces onto the board in good spots. Okay, he's gonna come in here. Maybe king h8, or knight at f6 takes, and knight d7's not worth much. So here, knight f5 takes. He doesn't have a pawn. Alright, we'll go to h8. Just get out of the way. Pawn at f7. Get out of the way of this potential discovery threat. Yeah, okay. Now he's gonna do it this way. He can take c7, but then pawn at g3, I start making some ground. This is importantly defending g8. That's the key point. Don't want to lose this knight though. Okay, so he's gonna get a knight from me. Nice. Alright, do I have mate? Let's try to find mate. Queen here, knight at g3. Takes knight f2, here. Alright. Knight at g3. I don't think queen at g1's right. I'll run out of pieces. I think this one is right. I'm probably running out of pieces this way as well, because he just takes with the other rook. No, this doesn't go anywhere. Rook takes g1. I thought he had to play kick takes. This... Oh. That's resignable. The problem was after rook at a8, he's picking up a knight, and then if queen at f8 takes e8, knight at f7 check, queen takes ef. It was just nice. But I don't know if... Maybe I had to go for the other sack, but then I think he could have run his king out into the open and run queenside. So nice game from JKiller there. Nice one. Stops the bleeding. Okay. Let's try this guy. Not my usual choice, but I've seen this more often from the black side. I figure JKiller's not keen on letting me play d5 there. Maybe knight c3. Okay. So even material. I have a feeling there's like a whole lot of theory behind c3 there. I reckon Opperwesen might have prepared very well with that for last year's Crazy House World Championship. I think he prepared a lot of things against e4, e5, like b4 sacks and things. They all look very dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna castle. With the hole on c2, it's not so bad to castle here. Plus, black has blocked off his own bishop. Pawn at g4, maybe knight e5, maybe knight e1. Viro 93, bishop c4, bishop c5. Castles, knight f6, b4. Yep, I want to play practical, yeah. I've seen that one a few times. So if knight e5 here takes h5. Can I pick this one off? I don't know. I think the trades kind of favor black. I might need to bring this knight back to e1. h5 looks natural. And Mugwort normally plays pawn at h6 against me, so let's go with that. The idea being you block the rook off defending h5, and then you can get a knight on g7 by trading. I normally get this one against Mugwort, but he probably has a pawn on c2 still, so a little bit different. Kind of gained a pawn in hand on the side, so that's often where I'm going. What's the right play here? This looks interesting. Yeah, takes, knight at f6, king e7. And I don't have a good continuation move after that. Okay. How about pawn at e5? Yeah, let's just cover that square. Just burning all my clock again on the middle game. So if he wants to take here, he can take here, knight at f6, king here, that. Right, we'll defend that. I want another pawn in hand, which I don't have. f3. You might try to open it up with something like knight e5 here. Gone this way. Sharp. Alright, if bishop at c5, I got knight at g7. Now knight c7 is on. I don't think he saw knight at g7, he just saw he was pinning my queen. And then the knight was also defending d4. Tactics just kind of worked out for me. Oh, okay. If bishop f8, I got... No, bishop at a4, he can just take. Thought I had some nice tricks. Maybe just bishop at e7. Or bishop at c6. Yeah, bishop f8, bishop at c6. Okay. I'll just take this, I reckon. Queen f8, or bishop at c6. Yeah, okay. I could play bishop at c6, but I'm just going to go for pawn at h7. Okay, now he runs, but queen c7 is covering. Okay, pick up the material. Let's go for the kill. That's the kill shot right there. Alright. Yeah, I feel like I was in some pretty good form that series. Yeah, nice play again from JKiller. Really good to see him. Very happy to take 12 games to 6 against such a strong opponent. I'm just gonna take a short break. I'll come back in a little bit. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Okay, where do we go from here? Oh, Kren's here. I wonder if Kren wants to have a go. We'll open up the window as well. Get ready to change the name of the stream. Who else? Pele. We got Wizen. Okay, Vempele's out. Got Oppa. Hang on. Just gonna get logged in first. Okay. Okay. Oppa, do you want to have a go? Okay, we're going Oppa Wizard. So let's change the stream title. Okay. Oppa versus JannLee. Done. Okay, and wasn't D4. We've been playing a little bit. Yeah, I'll play Knight F6. Let's do something a little bit different. Okay, I'm out of book, guys. Double fianchetto. Out of book. Okay. Let's castle before we play the D pawn. Could go to D6, could go to D5. Let's just go to D6. Knight C4. Where is he going with Knight C4? Okay, I'll bring my knight into E4. Nothing fancy here. Bishop H2 is just playing safe. Okay, I've got a square in here and white doesn't have this one. I'm not taking time with H6 or anything just yet. Now Knight D2 is going to get played. What makes sense here? Maybe just Queen D7, just develop the queen. Put an eye on this. Some stage, you know, maybe coordinate with the bishop. Maybe get Knight G5. Okay, I don't really have to break open the position in a hurry, but yeah, this King H8, Rook G8 idea is not great either. It's a bit slow. Maybe I want to play c5 at some stage, but before I do that, I don't want the dark squares to go. So I'll play h6 here and think about c5. So it's all going to break open because the queen's on the d file. Is it justified? I don't think it is. Okay, but we'll just keep playing slow. We'll just sit on this. If I play rook g8, he might try something with knight e5. Maybe even knight g5 was decent back there. I just feel like g3 is something to look at, and if I can get him to swap the bishops, then I'll have another bishop to stack up on this diagonal, and his king's now on h1. Queen's looking at this. I mean, knight g5 is still a move, but it will allow e4, that's the only thing. Okay, this move I expected, knight d2. Go knight g5. So if he plays e4 though, I get knight at f4. Can't play f3 because the knight at g3, so this preparation with the knight on h5 is worthwhile. Okay. Right. See, he's got this here. A little bit annoying. Got to defend this pawn before I can put a bishop on the diagonal. Okay. Wow, knight at e5. Oh, he's got this one, but I can take this late. Okay, nice move. It's cracked me open here. I don't like what he's done to me. Take the rook now. It's a freebie. You're gonna go that way. Alright. I will defend with a pawn. Another pawn. Oh, bishop at f6 would have trapped the queen, but... Oh, nasty. Very nasty. Was he got something fancy? Queen h7. I'm just hanging on for dear life here. Okay. Rook. Alright, can I get an attack going? Okay. Whoa, he sacked the queen. You allowed to do that? Might be able to take h4. Yeah, the game goes on. Okay, I think I've got this. Maybe I thought wrong. Got some checks. Feel like I got some mate threats. Defending and attacking at the same time. Alright. Alright. 94 moves. I think we went 97 before. That's a long game. Alright, do you have to go? You're saying you must go. Yeah, that was intense. Okay, it's only one match, but wow. Let's take a look at that. 94 moves. Started with this double fianchetto. I had this grip on e4, and then the game broke open a bit here. I liked what he did, bishop e4. That was a good move, because if I play d5, he blocks me off my diagonal. But then I take here and he gets a hit here. I wasn't really keen on playing f6 because I want to hold the light squares with this one. Is queen f5 any better maybe? Bishop at d3, bishop at d5. Knight at g3 though. It's maybe knight at g3 instead of bishop at d3. Anyway, bishop h6. I thought maybe he could play knight at g4 here, but I just put another bishop there. Yeah, knight e5. I didn't see that one coming. And if I take it, then he hits my queen, and then he's hitting f6, and he's making ground, and he's got a really safe king. I tried to be fancy. I should probably put the queen here. I should probably just hold f7. Hold f6. But, because if he takes here, knight f7's for free. If he was going to take here, I was going to maybe take this way, even. And then recapture the bishop and then try to defend. Here, he trapped my queen, so white's now got the edge. But if he doesn't attack with something, then I'm going to consolidate with bishop at g7, and even though I'm down the queen, the material's solid. He also had just takes here, rook at d8. I think that's strong. Maybe that's better. White should be better here, but has to make something happen before the pieces go off. Defend against queen at g7. Just try to get strong on the dark squares. Bishop at f6 maybe was playable. But even here I feel like white's so much better. So a bit of defense. He had queen h7 here, knight at f8, king back, knight g6, takes, knight at f7. Here, knight g5, king down. Maybe he could do something like queen takes g8. And then pawn h7. Yeah, rinse and repeat. I think there's some kind of fancy mate there. Let's just have a look. So what I'm talking about here is some fancy queen sack. Knight at f8. Takes. Knight at f7 here. Knight takes g5. Takes. You can't take this way because of knight at f7 mate. You have to go here. Pawn here. But if you go back, like, pretty sure this is busted. Go this way. Queen c4 plays, and then black's got all these pieces on the side, and it's all for nothing. So here, knight at f7. That's game over. So you could play out to f8, I suppose. Maybe that's still a game. Makes the queen. Depends what you block with. But yeah, pawn at e7. Like if the king goes here, queen b5 check. So here you go there. Like something's got to give. White's so safe. Knight at c8. Yeah, that takes care of business. If king d8, queen f8, blocker, pawn at e7. If you run to e8, that's no better. Pawn at d7 is just as good. That fails here. Yeah, bit of a fancy mate there with the queen sack. That's what I thought he might go for. That's typical Oppelwesen. But knight at h4. Wonder why I can't take that. He was probably short on time as well, but I was just looking for defense. Knight f3, bishop at f6, and suddenly I'm like really solid, but no attack. And then yeah, just trying to be creative. e4, bishop at e5, try to make something happen. Takes, and then we do this big rinse and repeat on g3 until eventually he gave me away and went here. But then, yeah, I don't know if this is right. I felt I couldn't take here because he could just take with the rook, and then after takes, Yeah, I don't have a good check. I thought maybe he could kill me here. Yeah, knight at g6 should win. I can't take because knight at f7, so we go this way. That's going to be mate. Knight at e7, queen at d8, and then knight at d7 or rook at g8, take your pick. But I felt that if my knight left h6, I was not well guarded here, so that's why I played knight at h5. And then I had the queen in hand, so yeah, he's breaking me down. Maybe he's better. Oh, the machine's on here, saying mate in 7. Wow. So h4 agrees with. Oh, g5. Oh, I missed that. That I wasn't looking at, because you're just thinking about defending there. g5 didn't enter my consideration set, but the idea would be after you take, go back here, and then if the king runs back to g3, you got pawn h4, king h2, queen at g3, king g1, rook at h1 check, king takes, rook at h2, king back, queen takes g2, g5, if king up, queen at g3 seals off the king here, pawn at f6, rook at g5 or rook at h8 will finish it. So I missed g5 there, that's a shame. I thought someone else must be analyzing with a machine. I'd rather leave it off. It's just a habit of mine. Whoops, now I've gone to real time. Don't do that. Okay, but what happened? Rook at h5, and I thought maybe he could even take it. I feel like I was bluffing here. If he takes it, or maybe then rook at g5 works. Maybe that's the idea. It's just another way of getting the king to g5, sack both your rooks. Here. Pawn at f6, and g6. Yeah, so rook at h5 maybe is still a valid sacrifice. But then, wow, like I didn't have enough material to finish him, so I had to just go back for safety. And then I still don't have enough pawns to mate him, so I have to try to get more material by having something on f3 to capture. And here's where I thought if he was going to go back here, I'd play rook takes f3, threaten pawn at g3 again. The queen takes f1 is a win here. King takes. I should have seen this. Rook at e1, even with the time I have available. If king h2, then rook at h1 mates. Okay, that would have made things a lot easier. But instead I went another 20 moves, and yep. I thought this was a sure win here, and then he found rook takes g2. I'm like, I don't have mate again. Like this, I ended up having to take here, and I figured I was still safe. What a marathon game. So yeah, in the end, it's basically pawn on e2, and if king e1, bishop at f2, queen, king g2, rook here, king h2, bishop at g1, king h1, take the queen with check. And that's how you play a 94 move game. Helm's Knight. Alright. Oh, we should get some Bughouse going. Have we got enough players to play some Bughouse? Otherwise, I can find another opponent. But I thought that was nice. Nice long battle. Having to go down a fair bit. who could play? I don't know if JKiller is at work or what's he doing, but like JKiller, Cran, Helms Knight, myself, that could be a Bughouse match. Helms, are you around? Are you up for some Bughouse? It's been a while for me, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe the action's settled. Maybe I'll call it a night then. Yeah. I need a bit of rest unless we can get some Bughouse. But well, Helms, where do you want to play? Do you want to go on chess.com or do you want to go on Fix? If there's no bug, I'm going to sleep. That's the conditions. It's sleep or bug. Alright. I'll log on to chess.com. Alright, that's fine. Helm's saying, yeah, maybe we can plan for another day just because I'm in the process of making breakfast right now. See, Chuck Moulton's in the channel. Chuck would never prioritize breakfast over Bughouse. Nor sleep. Yeah, he's right here saying never sleep, always Bughouse. Yeah, I agree, Mugwort. Chuck is #1 Bughouse fan in the world. Yeah. Actually, Helms, if breakfast is that important to you, and we're gonna call this stream off now. I was driving home, had an idea. Because JKiller's, playing a bit. I've had JKiller on the channel. I've had 12teen on the channel, and when I play with JKiller and he's talking to me like 3+2, I wish we could play slower. I'm like, okay, we feel old school. And you and 12teen, like, I only found out 12teen's like 19 just the other day, and I assume you're still under 25. So how about we have like a young guns versus old school match, and maybe JKiller and I can partner up, and then yourself and 12teen can go from the other side. Strong youth from Canada. Alright, you're 21. Even better. Okay, so we could say it's 21 and 19. I don't know how old JKiller is, but I'm 32. It's like the 30 plus oldies. If you want, we can have it on chess.com, because I know that's easier for your arrangements possibly. But yeah, let's do a young guns versus oldies versus veterans versus old school, whatever you want to call us. That's fine. I think that'd be fun. So just get in touch with me. Yeah, message me on Lee Chess or message me on Twitch, whatever you like. We'll make that happen. I think that'll be pretty awesome. I can reach out to JKiller and 12teen as well. Okay, so you've heard it there, guys. We're gonna have a youth versus oldies match. And I get to be on the oldies side. So JKiller and myself will take on Helms Knight and 12teen at some stage. Someone suggesting JKiller is 35. Okay, I'll wrap up the stream there, but yeah, always looking forward to the next thing. One last thing again, I will give a shout out for Oppa Wezen's 24-hour tournament that's coming up. If you just Google Oppelwesen ZH Endurance, you will find the link. You can see 12 team, myself, Penguin have already registered, Kyle Legion, because he'll probably play 23 and a half out of the 24 hours. This will be different. It'll be a 3+2 time control before it was 3+0. Yeah, so that's happening in about 2 weeks. The time will vary for you. For me, it's 8 p.m. on a Saturday, but I think for most people it'll be an earlier time on Saturday, and it'll go for 24 hours. What could be better? 24 hours of Crazy House. So I'm hoping to get to participate in this. Last time we had a 24-hour tournament, which was maybe only a month ago or so. I streamed every minute I could, and I got to play 12 hours, so I was very happy with that. So we'll try to do that. Helm's saying she's streaming with GM Hammer at 3 p.m. Alright, all the best with your stream, Helms. I'm going to call it a night there, so wherever you are, I hope you're going to have a good weekend ahead of you. And we'll get some young guns versus old school Bughouse action going. Helms Knight and 12 team versus JKiller and myself. We'll make it work somehow. Okay, all the best. We'll see you next time. Take care.